Welcome, 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 you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sylvie 414, and I is Sylvie, your rough edge lady, just bringing you some of that 414, that one in the middle for some balance. You see things this way, and you see things this way, and maybe we could just meet somewhere in the middle, just get some understanding. Understanding does not mean that you have to agree. You can agree to disagree, but just try and get some understanding. That's how we come to a place where we ain't walking around this joker bumping heads all the time, where we able to get some things and some stuff done. I will never stop saying Willie D and Bushwick Bill had to have an understanding. They couldn't stand each other. And they got past that so they could make some money. That's all I'm talking about. They got past they couldn't stand each other to work together. For those that may not know who Willie D is, just in case you might be a little too young to know who Willie D is, go check out Willie D Live. Willie D is a member of the Ghetto Boys. My mind's playing tricks on me. Chat to y'all. I hope y'all have had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. My day has been eventful. I have got things and stuff done. I'm still working on getting my schedule together. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not more than I can bear, but it's a lot. Look, let me look. Look at hell. So my therapist said to me yesterday, because we be talking about things and stuff, and I talked to her about my platforms and everything, but I will say to her, and I have said to her so much that she came out and stopped me yesterday. She said, I wish you would stop saying that you don't work. Y'all, it take things and stuff to get prepared to do this, small though I may be. I have over 1,300 videos out there on the YouTubes alone. That ain't even talking about on Facebook, because I've been doing it on Facebook longer. I'm just talking about being persistent. Like, I ain't being paid for this. I got paid a little bit. I get paid a little bit on Facebook, just a little bit. It's not a lot. It's a little bit, but I say that because I appreciate it. But it's not a lot, but it's a little bit. But I'm dedicated because I love what I do. I ain't expect to be doing it, but I love what I do. So in order to get better, you just gotta practice. You know, and you just gotta be there. You gotta be devoted to it. You gotta be dedicated to it. So yeah, so the planning of this don't be no joke. And then I had to, when she said that to me, I had to come back to myself and say, well, yeah, you're right. And I changed it. I said, I don't have a job, because you can run somewhere through some of these videos and hear me say on several occasions, the God had told me not to allow my job to interfere with my work. And that has been an issue for me in certain instances, not allowing my job, the resource where I was making the money, to interfere with my work. These platforms where I ain't making no money, but I said the God told me to come. And what I will say, cause I already put them videos out there yesterday about that. Oh, yeah, yesterday, cause I ain't put one out there today, cause I'm gonna do another one after I get off of here. Probably gonna cut something up from this one when I get off of here. But yeah, speaking about the change, I'm not gonna say I'm not concerned with growth. We're gonna talk about that when we talk about me and Marsha. I'm not gonna say I'm not concerned with growth. But what I'm going to say is I'm concerned with my consistency, because that's what the God told me to do, be consistent. Said come daily, 5 days a week. And that's what I'm working on getting consistent to. I was doing that prior to leaving from around the corner when I was renting the room. I had to reacclimate once I got in my own place. Then I had those internet interruptions. I was going to the library, and now I got me some internet, And we's working on getting faithful to this 5 days a week. And in the process of working on getting faithful to this 5 days a week, we's also working on this thing, which I feel like I am getting so much better at that I'm going to start looking at tutorials for eyeshadow and stuff like that. Even though I think my eyes look pretty cute. I just did them all on my own, and I think they look cute. But, you know, just to do some things and some different stuff and, you know, learn some patterns of how they do it, because this was how they do it. Mini Me 3000, you know, she's the youngers. So I'm learning from the best. But yeah, like the prep for just to prep to come live. Like, okay, so I started, and let me tell you, it was, no, I won't say. It could have gone longer. This one wasn't a long like study period, but I still studied for like 2 hours. I studied for like 2 hours, but I'll say this: I didn't read a full chapter of the Quran or the Apocrypha. That's all I'm saying. I'm getting myself in. The goal is to get my reading done at night, like the night before. And then that way, all I have to do is go in and do my study. Sometimes I can find commentary for the Quran, but that Apocrypha, every time I look to try to find commentary, it's no commentary. So I'm gonna have to figure out another way to go in to break down the Quran. And welcome, y'all. I think I said I hope y'all had I did say I hope y'all had a wonderful day. But yeah, that's the prep, just to study. And then I got up at like at 8:30, and I said, I'm gonna put this makeup on real quick. I'm trying to be live by 9. And when I looked at my clock after I had finished putting on the makeup, it was 9:21. Takes my daughter longer than that. But I think I attended more to what I was doing, because the goal is to be better at it. If I feel like the God said do it, and the people are like, why God wants you to put on makeup? I don't say that time and time again, but it is what it is. Aesthetics. I'm cute without it, very cute. I can look highly busted without it and highly cute without it. But it enhances what is already there. That's all. God wants the best of me brought forward on this platform. That's all. So, ladies, y'all see my title? Y'all see my title? You got your crown, sis? Got your crown? Was you ready to get your crown? You powerful enough for the job? I'd say yes. Now, I'm going in the sequence. Ain't that something? There's things and stuff that I didn't get off of my phone. I'm gonna talk about the 2 things that I remember though, and the rest of it I'm gonna have to talk about tomorrow. But before I start, I'm gonna start from where I started from, and this is going back to a place where I was, and I kind of departed from, and I've been saying I was gonna come back, and that's the whole purpose of why I is here. Shadow work. It starts with you. It starts with us. Welcome. It starts from the inside out. That's all I've been saying. Ecclesiastical, societal, political oppression, starting from the inside out. Because we oppress us before anybody else do. Why? Because you'll allow yourself. If you're oppressing yourself, you will allow yourself to be oppressed by any old thing. You will allow yourself to be tossed to and from. You will allow yourself to go with every flow. you will allow yourself to follow what might be a lie, even though it looked like the truth. It's, you know, packaged up in something really, really nice. I got a coffee cup here and a teacup here, y'all. I had to drink out of my bay because I done got so many coffee cups since I've been here that my baby got neglected. This is all I had when I was around the corner. And I got so many. My cousin brought me the one with the big pink one that I use most of the time. It's just so big. I just love that one because it's so big. But this one I got from my babies, and then I have one in there that my girlfriend bought me. But yes, so sometimes I just be scrolling. And when I be scrolling, like especially with YouTube, like sometimes I'll get a notification. I don't even be scrolling. Sometimes I'll get a notification, and because I don't like notifications, I'll go pull my screen down on iPhones, pull my screen down so that I can just skim through them really quick. Sometimes I'll go ahead and open up YouTube notifications if it's multiple to see what's up there. So this one was from a channel that I subscribe to, which I don't really talk about this channel much. Comedic Centered Life. Comedic Centered Life. The host of that channel is Reginald Martin. If y'all want to go check out Comedic Centered Life. So he was speaking about shadow work, and I forgot what the name of it was that drew me in, but it said shadow work, and I was like, He speaks about ecclesiastical oppression, and he's not speaking against Christianity. But y'all hear me say up here, all of the time, do not add or take away from, meant that the God knew that it would happen. So if it has been added to or subtracted from, then that means that everything in it also is not true. So we have to put things in a perspective and not just be led like sheep. My pastor say all the time, go and study. Go home and study behind me. And so that's what I do. But I was doing it way before I got there. I've been doing it for a whole lot of years. But I can appreciate that he says that, because you don't get a lot of pastors that's going to go tell you to do it for yourself. So when the pastor tell you to go do it for yourself and you choose not to do it for yourself and you just believe everything, because a pastor can alter the scripture by mistake. It don't have to be on purpose all the time. So if you're not studying or you're not going in to check for yourself, you don't know what you're being taught. You just know what's being said to you. It's all. So I'm just going to give you a few of the things that he said, because I believe they tie in. So he spoke of shadow work from a comedic principle. He said the shadows are not really hidden. And I was like, whoa, when he said that, whoa. Because all I've ever said is you just have to be aware. You have to be aware of yourself. And I asked God, just in case I wasn't aware of myself, show me good, bad, and different. He said it's not complicated. That I disagree with. I agree more with Carl Jung when he says that it is long, hard, and painful. Why? Because you're going to find out some that ain't great about you. And that's why I also say you may want to go and seek counseling to assist you through it, because how did I get so far gone? Where do I belong? Wondering if I'm here when I'm gone. And I can't think of the name, but if y'all plug in How Did I Get So Far Gone, and he says something about, if I get my mind to if I could just come to retrace what my mind erased, I feel as if I'm here but I'm gone. I don't own the rights to that music. your mind erase some things sometimes. Sometimes this man talk about why he smoked crack in that song. Go look it up. How did I get so far gone? Go look it up. I like that song. It's on my playlist. I be listening to my music now. Look, D-God told me to play the music. Look, when I was studying, I had on my calming classical. No, I'm not going to study to gospel. Why? Because I'm going to try to sing. D-God said get on it. It's good. Look, it's still on 227 channel. I'm here later. Look, but I'm gonna take Lovely T at what she said. I might just be your pop-up liver. You know, I be telling folks I march to the beat of my own drum. Into who D-God know that I'm working on getting consistent all the way. But I think I did good things. I muted the TV. I muted the TV. I put on that classical music and I said, let's get it. No distractions. And I use my paperback Bible. I can't use no Bible. I don't have a Quran and I don't have an Apocrypha, so I don't have no choice but to do those on my phone. But to not have the TV or any music playing that I might sing to, superb. So he's saying if you are aware of yourself, if you are somebody that's on the path to being the highest levels, the greatest vibrations, reaching your highest God power, the best you have to be aware of yourself. So you're going to see, he said, though the things that illuminate, he said in your physical or your spiritual health, your physical or your spiritual body. He was like, if you're ill, and my cousin told me that, my sister cousin, my spiritual mama, she said, what's going on in your physical body, your ailments are spiritual. He just confirmed it. Look, I said, God gave, I don't even remember what the numbers are. I moved so much, some of my stuff got gone. So I don't remember what the numbers was, but somewhere along the lines, if I was to go back through all of my videos, I have to do something to the sort. I don't know that I'm going to find those numbers, but I do have to do something to the sort because I want to do some videos for each platform for the end of the year, including videos to honor, just to do a retract of the people we've lost this year, and also videos just showing my appreciation for each platform of like my most liked, shared, commented videos, viewed, things like that. So I do have to, I have to get on it because it's only a couple of weeks left in this month in my pre-rehearing voice. I have to get on that. But he said the shadows are not hidden when you know what to look for. When you know how to look for them. Now I've seen him break this down before, but it never, ding, bling, bling, the light bulb went off this time. Kemetic, K-A, the soul. That's what that means. Meta, above or beyond. Facebook is the metaverse, above or beyond the universe. It's above or beyond the verse. Because what's the verse in the song? Physics, the physical. So the soul above or beyond the physical. The soul is above or beyond the physical. It exists. It's Kemetic. They have a channel called Kemetaphysics because they deal with metaphysics, which is another place that I believe that the God is. I don't step anywhere lightly because I've been churched all my life. So I go, like when I saw this was like go in here because you've been talking about shadow work, you've been doing shadow work, you've been saying you're coming back to shadow work. Go in there, watch that video. But I didn't know he talked about shadow work. So it says that metaphysics is our reality. Our reality is an extension of metaphysics. When he said illuminate, you perceive from the inside out how your life is. What you believe about you is how your life is. There was a time when I did not believe anything about me, but that I was not an attractive, and when I say attractive, I don't mean like Tina Turner. I mean not pretty. I felt very, very ugly. Really, really ugly. Couldn't nobody tell me no different. And then I was watching well, I wasn't watching that TikTok and thought about that, but I said I was going to talk about that TikTok. This boy in my DM say I'm pretty. This boy in my DM say I'm pretty. But I don't, no, heck no, I ain't never seen one like us. I didn't even watch the whole thing until I went back into the TikTok because she said just what I needed her to say. He ain't know I already knew that. Once I found that out about me, I don't need this boy in my DM to tell me I'm pretty. I don't need this boy in the DM to tell me I'm pretty. I don't need nobody to tell me I'm pretty. I appreciate it anytime somebody tell me I'm pretty. But you couldn't tell me enough that I was pretty when I didn't think I was. Nobody could tell me I was pretty and make me believe it. Not even this boy in the DM. That boy in the DM couldn't tell me nothing. If you don't feel it about yourself, and I know that personally, and it ain't my story, because I know of somebody that I told they were pretty every day of their life. That is really starting to walk in and feel like and believe that they're pretty. And I also know one that I did not tell that they were pretty, not because I did not believe she was pretty, but because I didn't think it was what she wanted to hear. And that affected her too. So I told one that she was pretty and she didn't believe it. I didn't tell one that she was pretty and she still didn't believe it. Period. I done closed my book. Let me put my glasses back on. Let's see. He said that we are vibrational beings. Wasn't vibration but energy. I'm always going to go back to when I was in the homeless shelter and Miss Washington said, I don't know about all these people talking about these energy. And I'm like, we learned about energy in school. Come on, like when the God got me fired up on the inside, all I feel is electricity. What is electricity except for vibrations? I feel electricity going through my body when God be moving in me. Stop playing with me. Let's be realistic. Many people who have cancer stay low in energy. They can barely do anything. No, my doctor didn't tell me that when I had cancer, but my people did tell me anytime I feel tired, make sure I rest. Howsoever, some of my ailments had the doctor saying, I don't see how you getting out of bed. I didn't have no energy. I was getting out of bed because if I did not life, I don't have no husband. I don't have no children with me. If I don't life for me, who's gonna life? Who's gonna life? So, regardless of how I felt, and I knew exactly, and that went so far back to 2018 or 19, and come so close into the future to 2023. Yeah, because my most recent doctor just said she told me she didn't know how I was doing my fitness challenge, and I still work out. I have 10 more squats to do for the night to be at 100, but the goal is 125 because I have 100 more to do to be caught up totally. I was behind 200. I've already completed 100 of those. I have 100 more to do. And that is on top of a walk. I'm at 10,000 steps today. And it's not bragging. This cause my body really don't be feeling good. And I feel like if I did not exercise, it would be feeling worse. That's 10,000 steps that I'm at. And I also did some arm stuff today. Like, that's why I said it's been eventful. It's been eventful. Oh, Lord, it has been eventful. But vibrations and stuff. Self-projected. That's what I was thinking of. He said we self-project. We project from within the way our life is. He went into talking about woe is me people. Yeah, look, y'all know I talk about woe is me people. Woe is me. But on the other end of woe is me, because a person that is woe is me, these are self-esteem hits. You know, I talk about that opposite end of self-esteem. That very, very high self-esteem to the point where anything in totally is not great. That other end of self-esteem is related to the narcissism and narcissistic behavior that is self-centered. Both of them are self-centered behaviors. Woe is me is self-centered, and can't nobody tell me nothing because I am all the way right. Because I am all the way perfect. You better get up on my level. That's what you might want to do. It's totally. And y'all, come on. Y'all know I say, nobody wants to live in totally except maybe the Kardashians and some other people. Some other people want to live in totally. I think Jada Pinkett wants to live in totally. So I'm going to listen of some couples tonight because we're going to talk about some things, stuff. I'm going to listen to names of couples. And there was some that I said, yeah. And they was of both colors because they don't fit the bill here, in my opinion. In my opinion. She was one of them. We talking about crowns and things. That's what we talking about. But that self-projected behavior is self-sabotage. He went into talking about the fact that we look at the ego in a negative way, and I never want anybody to watch this and believe that I believe that the ego is a bad thing. It is not. It is when you allow your ego to control. I told you, you see the mirror, you see the mask, the mirror see you. You see the mask, the mirror see you, whether it's on the low end of self-esteem, which is an ego issue, or the too high end of self-esteem. We supposed to be somewhere over here near balance. We not supposed to be holding our head up. We cannot see that way. Down, we cannot see that way. And it is not supposed to be up here either. You cannot freaking see in either of those places. You can only see if you're looking straight. Any old other thing, my hair is coming apart, but it is what it is. It's just gonna come, because I'm not getting ready to keep putting it back in. Is why. But yes, self-projection through the frequencies into the physical. So when you say your life ain't worth it, you putting it out there. Your words is speaking. You are calling those things that be not as though they were. You are manifesting that your life is worthless. And he even go into talking about the puzzle pieces that are you, and that man that you may choose. And man, don't catch it, man, because that be that woman that you flock to or that you choose. Y'all are puzzle pieces that need each other to fit together. A puzzle is not complete. Excuse me. So, if we self-project into, he's saying we self-project even into this human realm, into this earthly realm. Our vibrations, our frequencies, which make up us. If we say, look, Christians, come on, Christians, we say the spirit don't die. Did the spirit just get born when we were conceived? Or was it a spirit that God breathed into us? Was it an already prepared spirit for our body in this plane? Sylvie be pondering, and that's the only reason why Sylvie be wanting y'all to ponder, because I just be around here pondering and things. And if we ponder together, we might get some things worked out and figured out. I don't know everything, but I do know some things and some stuff. And that with which I don't know, I do try to go out and learn if it's feasible. Welcome, 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 y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for sitting with me for a spell. I don't know where that came from. I think I'm doing okay with this makeup on. I don't know. I might got makeup on my collar. I don't know. I guess I'll see when I cut up the video. It says shadow work is not hidden when understood that life is feedback. Because look, and when he said that, I said, Lord, I know what I have to do in the physical, and I'm doing what I have to do in the physical. Now I'm working out this thing, this what it means that my illness is spiritual, because that's something that I have to do a further study on, because I know that I eat better. You know what I'm saying? When I took off that 100 pounds and kept it off, I've kept it off. That comes because I eat better, and I try to make sure that I am as consistent as possible with exercise. Sometimes Eve is weak. Didn't I say that the other day? Eve is weak in all kinds of ways sometimes. So is Adam. Shit. Okay. I'm tripping. Lossa. Like, he is attributing shadow work to even mental issues. I told you, mentally, physically, emotionally, he's attributing shadow work. But shadow work cannot be done. Everybody don't want to do it. I do believe that there are both woe is me people and narcissistic people that have a teachable spirit, and they do want to do better. But then there are those people that just don't want to do it. They don't want to be better. They like the attention that they get where they are. And it's easy. It's easy to sit there and be. It ain't easy for me. I didn't like stuck, and I was stuck for a little bit. I was never woe is me. I don't believe that. I may have had some narcissistic ways. I don't say that I am a narcissist. I don't believe that I am. I have that as a diagnosis. But I won't say that I have not experienced some narcissistic ways, but I was never a woe is me. I don't. I would say narcissistic ways because I really don't like to be told what to do. I don't. I have a hard time with it. You know, even with the God. I don't always do what the God says right at the moment that the God says it, but I always have a heart to desire to do what the God says, regardless of what it is. Tell me how many people y'all know that's just going to give up their job and their place and don't have no security other than that. I don't got no spouse. I didn't have no savings. It was worrying me, y'all. I don't have no savings, none of those things. I don't have none of those things. All I had was the clothes on my back, basically, and what was in my daggone closets and stuff, in my drawers. Once I started bouncing around with the God, I pack light. Ooh, ooh, bad lady. Erykah Badu owns the rights to those musics. Yep. That part. Let's see here. Said you have to have another perspective for looking at things. What did I say at the beginning? 4141 in the middle. You see things this way, I see things that way. Might can find some things, come to some realizations about some things. You have to have another perspective. You have to have another perspective. Like, we are all here for a purpose. Nobody can make you believe that about yourself but you. Nobody. I don't care how many pastors you listen to. Nobody. I don't care how many events you go to, how many what it is, conventions you go to. Nobody. I don't care how many times you hear it over and over and over and over again, and you be the common denominator. Nobody, baby. I own the rights to none of that music that I be singing, y'all. Sometimes I do. Every now and then I sing something I own the rights to. But nobody can make you see things from another perspective but you. That's real talk. He said that the ego is the mind's projection into physical reality. I think I said that. Oh, the mind, not the brain, you guys. The mind and the brain, just for anybody. Pinky and the brain, they're totally insane. Okay. I was getting ready to say I don't want the rights to that music. Well, I don't. But I need to sing it right. But the mind and the brain are two different things. You can touch your brain, but you cannot touch your mind. So the mind is the metaphysical aspect of the brain. So what's on your mind? What's on your mind? Like what's in your wallet? What's in your mind? What does your mind say about your life? What do you want your mind to say about your life? You feel me? Oh, okay, ladies. Okay, ladies. Cause from here we coming to us. Cause he talked about the feelings of feeling unworthy, and he said men feel it a lot. Now there is a word in here. That spoke about, because of the verse that it's attributed to, it is speaking to women. But when I went to an outside dictionary and it was like mostly of women, I was like, okay, Lord, those are bones. Let me go look at another dictionary, because this word is speaking about people. You know, men's write a whole lot of things. The men's, they write a whole lot of things, and sometimes they gonna just see things their way. But this word describes peoples. God. But when he said men feel it a lot, I understood what he was speaking about. And he went into, I'm going to say catch it, and then I'm going to say leave it alone if it ain't for you. If this ain't for you, because I'm going to have the audacity to say that it's the way a lot of women think. If I don't say the majority, I will say it is the way a lot of women think. If you broke, I can't get with you. You're not even gonna give it a second thought. What was that? I was watching something when I was at friend house where the woman just turned the dude down because he was looking like the delivery driver or something. And then came to find out the next day that he was the owner of the company. Yeah. It's kind of Ebony K. Williamson, because the bus driver can be having, what is the word I'm looking for, y'all? Plans, for lack of the word that I'm looking for. Plans is not the word I'm looking for. But he could have plans to own the bus at some point in time. But if he can't get no play because he driving the bus right now, making a decent living, that would fit the bill of what he's speaking about. Men feel unworthy, because I see it speaking about a lot. I see on YouTube a lot talking about women dating down when they get a lot of money. But I just feel like anybody that has a lot of money, I don't think men go out there, because that would go against everything Kevin Samuels said. We don't care about your money. We don't care about your money. So they might date a woman that got some money, but she generally don't have as much money as him. That's why because he said, you know, that self-projection. You project those feelings. This to you, men. You project those feelings of unworthiness So you gotta be this person with this money, because women don't want you if you ain't got no money, and then you wind up with, now I ain't saying she a gold digger, hey, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, hey, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga. And then you be mad because that's what you wound up with, but this is what you're projecting. He did not blame it all on the women. Because you could, look, I'm the person that says, okay, if it's some childhood trauma, yeah, your parents had something to do with that. Once you become an adult, you may have parents that are going to say, yes, I apologize, I wasn't the best, I could have did better, but you might not never get that. What you project is going to be, if you're going to walk around unhealed because you ain't getting no apology, you're going to be unhealed. You're going to walk around keep projecting that you got to, because he said the shadow wants something different. You're going to walk around keep projecting that you got to be this big man, and probably living above your means, out here trying to impress the, they ain't saying he go nigga, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga, Sips child. But he feel like he can't be loved if he ain't presenting his money. But then you don't want the woman to be coming after your money. Strange. It's just a little strange. Strange. And I like it. If you like it, strange. That's just the way it is. I don't even think, that don't even sound like the tempo to that. I don't know, but it's Cameo though, not mine. Look. He said that you have to symbolically recognize the people in your life. And I said, okay, God, that's worked for me. So catch it if you need it. Because I took that, I promise you I took it just for me. I took that part just for me. Because I don't even know if I know how to do that. But I'm going to work on it. I'm going to research it, and I'm going to work on it because I know that I have to. I'm working on relationships. He said change starts with you. Got to know what you believe. If you believe something alternate for what you want to believe, you got to figure out how to get on the track to change that. Like I said, if you need help, you got to go get you some help, babies. You got to go get you some help. Now, because I chose Proverbs 12 and 4, I'm going to go ahead and read that Proverbs 12 and 4 for y'all right quick, and then I'm going to read y'all some things that I read up on based off of, because I chose that Proverbs 12 and 4. And then I want to just really quickly, I got a little before and after verses for a couple of them, because whoo, this thing just tied in real good for me. So Proverbs 12 and 4. A virtuous woman is a crown. Got your crowns, ladies? That would be to the married ladies, and you're prepared to get your crowns to the unmarried ladies. I've been married before. I don't know if the gods are going to give me another opportunity. If it does, I'm prepared my crown. If it doesn't, I've had my opportunity. But you got your crowns. Are you powerful enough for the job? Are you powerful enough for the job? It says a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. Crowns is pretty. We love crowns. Only crown that probably wasn't loved by us would be that crown of thorns, because the Jesus, the Christ, the Christ, head was hurting up underneath those crowns, that crown. But for the most part, we like to see crowns. They got pretty jewels and things on them. Says, but she that maketh ashamed is like rottenness in his bones, not on it, in his bones. You done rotted his bones. You done rotted his bones. So I decided I wanted to go up and just look up a little bit of virtuous, just a little bit, because as long as I've been reading Proverbs, you know, you come up on new things every time. The God told me to stay there. Stay right there in the Proverbs and the first 5 books of the Torah. Stay there is what the God said. So, I didn't realize that virtuous was in that verse. So, Hebrews 24:28, that is the number associated with the word virtuous that lines up with this verse. I went in and did a Google search for the word virtuous in Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. When I found the word, I then scrolled down to see that it fit this actual verse. So that verse is under this definition. Told y'all I don't want to give y'all a definition if the verse is not there, unless it's some verse around it close. I will do that. So, probably a force. Catch it, ladies, because this one's a doozy. when I read it according to Proverbs 31, I was like, yo, this is something else, because I had never studied it. So just to go in and study it, the definition what virtuous woman is something else. But I stand by, because that was a staple between me and my oldest daughter. Like that was a communication breach. In my religiosity, I had to go back and say it was in my religiosity, but it was communication breach, because I don't take it back. I don't take it back. I just communicated it in the wrong way, in a very religious way. But I do believe my daughter grew and took it in and understood it and abided by it. Just not when I felt like she should have. Okay, they're not even always going to do things the way according to you, especially after they get grown, but not even as a child. I was a very strong-minded child. I was not disobedient, but I was not going to do what I absolutely was against. Hence, the beets. I was not going to eat the beets. I don't care if adults were telling me to eat them. I did not like them. I did not want them. I won't go eat them. Period. Period. But probably a force, whether of men, means, or other resources, an army, wealth, valor, strength, able, activity, army, band of men, soldiers, company, forces, good, host, might, power, riches, strength, strong, substance, train, valiant, valor, virtuous, war-worthy, mighty and efficiency, war-worthy, ready for battle, ready for war. I would say that women are all those things. And when I go into when I go into Proverbs 31, if you go into Proverbs 31 and read it, it's going to say all of those things. And she took care of her household. And I said, when I read it like that, I said, because I'm going to go into it where it's going to tell you about Ruth. What was Ruth doing? She was working. Because we're going to talk about that 50-50 too. There's a dude on TikTok. Y'all go follow Boss. I was talking about the 50-50. I got to him because he was on a weight loss journey, and then I even realized that he was the same dude in the picture. I was a little blown, but I had to go to his page and start watching some of his videos. He well balanced. He went from 50-50 thought process to traditional man thought process, wants to stay at home woman. When Boaz found Ruth, let's go to Boaz and Ruth before we go over to Proverbs 31. When Boaz found Ruth, she was working. She was a poor gal, and she was working her ass off. So much so that he said, and he was very wealthy, very wealthy. So much so that he said, make sure she get some of the good stuff. Make sure you leave some stuff over there for her, because I'm watching her do her thing. Watching her do her thing. He knew that was somebody that was going to add. That high-valued man knew that was somebody that was going to add value to his life. I said all of that to say the Proverbs 31 woman is a similar woman to Ruth. She took care of her husband and her home, and she worked. But I bet you I tell you what it don't say she did in Proverbs 31. Paid no damn bills, which meant that she won't 50-50. If she, I keep trying to tell y'all, when Queen, now, Queen pays her bills. Queen and her husband are doing marriage untraditionally right now. But he still take care of his wife. I can't even imagine I don't know what the situation is now, but they're not under the same roof, but but when they were under the same roof, Queen spent her money. So she kept her house. He didn't have to clean nothing. All she wanted him to do was take out some trash. That's it. That's all my uncle had to do in that house. Take out some trash. He didn't have to cook. She went to work. He didn't have to cook. He didn't have to clean. And then when I told her son, because he wanted to go, you want the go half wife, but you want the go half wife to do everything that Queen and Ruth and virtuous Proverbs 31 woman do. They didn't have to pay no bills. If you want the go half wife, you get the go half wife, husband. But if you want the crown wearing wife, you must be like Boss Man. Boss Man said he don't want his wife to have to work. But even if you are a husband that wants your wife to work or don't have a problem with her working, if you don't want 50-50, if you want your house to be taken care of, you might better let her spend her money like she want to, because that's what it said. And those women did wisely. And Ruth wasn't working for money. She was out there picking up food. But the Proverbs 31 woman, she was out there making stuff and stuff. She was spending, yeah. I was gonna read it, but I was like, no, I'll get there when I get there. But it said that, look, when I was doing it, that's that word, no, that's not the word. When I was doing the study, it came across Proverbs 31:3 and 31:10, but 31:3 described it as masculine qualities, because you heard a lot of the things that I read in there were masculine qualities. Masculine qualities viewed positively. So I guess in some ways it's okay if you act like a man and think like a woman, in my Steve Harvey voice. He said it for a reason. Act like a man and think like a woman, because there's still... When it say act like a man, it mean in those ways. It don't mean just be out there acting like one of the boys. I mean, and I ain't even fronting on that, because it's some dudes that and it's couples just like that. And a lot of times some of them chicks get daggone mistaken for being homosexual chicks just because they a little thugged out and they don't want to be all prissy and stuff, and they might wear some sweatpants and stuff like that. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. I don't remember who. Going off, y'all. And it's gonna go off when I cut up, if that's somewhere where I gotta cut up a video, but I don't think that it is. So it says when it goes down and breaks it down in part, for Proverbs 12:4, it just says of a woman. But I promise you, I looked up the definition for virtuous in several different places, including edamonline.com. Edamonline.com says vigor, strength, qualities befitting a knight. Ain't no such thing as no knightess. Masculine qualities. Valiant, there's that valiant again. Hardy, courageous, righteous, potent. Of good qualities. Mighty, valiant again. Brave, good, moral strength. High character. High character. Goodness, manliness, Valor, bravery, courage, excellence were. Now, man, if y'all don't want us to be all acting in our masculinity, why y'all want us to be such virtuous women and such masculine qualities in virtuosity? But there is a softness to the virtuous woman as well, ladies. I just thought that I'd throw that out there, just so you know it's real. Just so you know it's real. Generally, a man just does not want a woman that's just totally acting like, even if you have those strengths and things like that, like it's a way to do it in a feminine way. It's a way. Let's see. All right, and now we got Genesis 7:1. And the Lord said unto Noah, because I was saying Moses and writing Moses too. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. That's Genesis. Now, okay. Now I have Surah 2 and 195. And do good. This is the latter half of the verse. I didn't do the whole verse. And do good, for Allah certainly loves the good doer. And then I have 1 Maccabees 4 and 3. Now when Judas heard thereof, he himself, that double negative kills me. When I read that, I said, oh well, Lord. When I read that, I was like, oh my God, you can tell the Apocrypha has got some black folks involved in it, because I don't really hear anybody doing double negative. I don't hear nobody say me, myself, except for black folks. Okay, I got it out. It is what it is. I don't hear nobody say it but for black folks.